Welcome to the Night Vision Show. And what a bumper show we have tonight. On the show, we're going to be taking a look at 4 brand new scopes from Hikmicro. And more importantly for the viewers, there will be 2 goodie bags, giveaways, and even better than that, approximately £2,500 worth of scopes being given away. Details are briefed at the end of the show, so please stay tuned. Tonight, we're introducing the Falcon, Cheetah, Raptor, and Heimdal from Hikmicro. Welcome to the Night Vision Show. So, welcome to the Night Vision Show. Thanks for joining us this evening. Before we get started, a few things to remember, and most importantly, we are live, so please keep comments appropriate at all times. If you have got a question, please put it into the message bar and we'll work through this and get an answer to you. And I will be looking at the message bar throughout the show for the next part, which is the prize giveaway, because the best comment, best questions will receive a prize tonight, of which there is 2 goodie bags and given away at 2 different points of the show. And the goodie bags consist of a number of Hikmicro items, USB cables, notebooks, hat, winter gloves, lighter gloves, canvas bag, hunting pack, etc. So some good bits to have there. And I alluded to earlier on, more importantly, there is up to £2,500 worth of scopes being given away. The details of that will be briefed at the end of the show, so please stay tuned. If you missed the last show, a couple of months ago, we introduced Hikmicro as a brand and the few product lines that they were developing as a thermal scope and spotter market, etc. And then the hugely successful Alpex day and night scope, which is used by a number of people for a number of purposes out there. Before we begin and get into a bumper of the new scopes tonight, I would like to introduce the team. So we have Robin, and we have Paul Childerley, and Paul Hodson. So Paul Hodson, as you remember beforehand, is from Hikmicro. Paul Childerley and Robin Fox are the Hikmicro influencers, and we'll be discussing throughout the show. Just before we start the scope introduction, Paul, could you give me a quick introduction into Hikmicro as a company, history background, and where they are located, please?
Yeah, hi Danny, hi everybody. Welcome to the Night Vision Show. I'm Paul from Hikmicro. Hikmicro are one of the world's leading technology companies. We're based in Hangzhou in China. We founded Hikmicro in 2016, and from that we manufacture high quality electronical goods from our 10,000 square meter factory, which has an annual capacity of 1.5 million camera units that are available. So we've got high quality production, we've got multiple standards compliance, dust-free packaging, strict quality control and checks, and fully automated core operations. So the benefits of Hikmicro are we are a world's leading technology company. We have a base in the United Kingdom, we've got headquarters in Uxbridge, and we also have a research and development unit and a repair and maintenance centre in Doncaster. So any issues or anything of ours, we've got a repair and maintenance centre in the UK. So that's the basic overall picture of Hikmicro. We're a world-leading technology company.
Fantastic. Great. Okay, so tonight we're going to be looking at the brand new Falcon handheld thermal, the Cheetah 3-in-1 day-night vision scope, the Raptor thermal day-night vision binoculars, and the Heimdal handheld night vision spotter. And to help me with all this, we'll be talking to Robin, more importantly, with regards to the Falcon, who's used it in anger very recently, and Paul Childerley in his travels to Africa. Okay, so first of all, let's see what it can do. So, Robin, how is your video? So please tell us what you think.
So my first impression when I got hold of the Falcon was just what a solid kind of lump it is, really. A couple of things that make it nice and easy to use in the field, and you know, from the shooter's perspective, is the large eyepiece, great big OLED display that's in there, and then it hits you straight away the kind of clarity that you get. Focus rings nice and easy. Base mag's just about set nigh on perfect for the type of shooting that I do. Here in the flatlands of the fens, you can see on some fields a very, very long way indeed. In fact, some of those clips there, the last few roe deer that you saw running away, they were already around 100 meters when they started, and they ran back. I don't know. I was still looking. I didn't record the whole thing because it went on for ages, but they ran back to well over sort of 300-400 meters, and you could still see that they were roe deer, you know, nice and clearly. I think you don't have to change your battery that often in the field because you put it on standby when you're not using it. But one of the things, the kind of innovative things that makes it super easy out in the field is this battery design, because as you pull it, the strong kind of, it's not ribbon, it's made of a nylon material, but it pulls the battery out with it. You know, taking an 18650 battery and changing it in the field is just super easy. You can do it in the dark. So I think overall and overwhelmingly, it's just like super easy to use and super solid. You know, the only thing I did do was I butchered the strap because it was just a bit too long, but I guess that's made for all body shapes and sizes, isn't it? So I trimmed it down and then singed the ends off to make it the perfect length. But it hangs around the neck at a perfect distance. It's there when you need it. These buttons are silly easy to use. Again, they're at your fingertips when you want them. And above all else, you can see miles with it. I think the detection range is something silly like 2,600 meters. That's just insane. It really is incredible.
Awesome. Well, I've got questions coming up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold back, actually. So before we go there, if we go and watch, if we can see Paul's video from his travels, and then Paul, if you want to give your spiel as well. Okay, so
no problem.
Let's have a look.
Got the new Falcon spotter. We took this out last night just to try it on some of the planes game, and I actually really love it. I've been using the Griffin before, and I like the Griffin, but this is clear, easy to use. With spotting going along on the truck, I could see through it. The picture, when you look through it, you'd be like, wow.
Okay, Paul, over to you. Thoughts, things you like?
To be honest with you, I actually love it. It's I love the Griffin before, but this for me is like, it's so clear, so easy to use. Yes, it's a little bit of a straight unit. It's a little bit different than, you know, it hasn't got the ergonomics on the hand, but I don't care because, like Robin said, the eyepiece, easy to look through. You just look at Robin's filming when he did. Everyone's looking at the roe deer. I was looking at the 3 partridges that was in front of the roe deer, and you know, you could work out what they were. And yeah, took it to Africa. I actually took it to Finland last week as well because I thought there might be an opportunity I could use it in the field somewhere. I actually really love this product, and today again it's like proved its worth because we did a big cold day today, and we had a wounded animal and got the product out. Bang, found it, job done. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. At the moment, I can't really fault it too much. So yeah, take my hats off to the guys.
I'm sure Hikmicro will be very pleased with that. Brilliant.
Yeah, no,
I can see really Paul's definitely smiling.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, what I'll do, Paul, before I go on to some of the detail that you're going to bring out, Paul H, we'll answer some of these questions that have come through, and then that'll actually draw us in. So obviously there's some comments here that the new sensor looks insane. And one of the questions here is how waterproof is the Falcon?
Yeah, that's an easy one to answer. It's IP67 rated, so waterproof and dustproof. So yeah, no problems using it out in the wet. I think IP67, you could submerge it for 20 minutes into 1.5 meters of water.
Yeah, gotcha.
And the water won't ingress. So yep,
Gotcha.
completely waterproof.
I'm guessing there wasn't much mist out in Africa, but Robin, you may have had some last
yeah,
week.
in fact, I'm actually currently editing a video where you will see a couple of the the stelloscope and this spotter being used in some pretty English weather, foggy, crappy. It does get wet and it still performs. You honestly, you will not believe the image quality from the stelloscope, from the fog that we were in. It was insane. I couldn't believe it was the same night. So I'm quite looking forward to getting that video out. But this stuff just for foxing at this time of year, I remember just a few years ago when I was solely using night vision and I went out foxing. And I can easily remember 3 or 4 occasions where we went out and just came back home because all you could see was white. You just couldn't see anything. And this eliminates that. I don't know what wizardry they've done in making this thing pick out the detail. I guess it's to do with the increase in aperture for the lens to gather more more data to the sensor. But whatever they've done, boy does it work, because I've had my mates that have all got thermal stuff and they've been out with me and they've all just said, I look at your videos and I just notice the details just seem so much sharper. So you've got people that are just sort of in awe of it, really, because it is super sharp.
Paul H, is it sub 20? It's sub 20 MK in it?
It's market leading. It's a first in the thermal world for a sub 20 millikelvin sensor. So basically, that's the net D, which is a noise equivalent temperature difference. I don't want to get too technical, but basically what that allows us to do is pick out more detail on the whole of the picture. So I think somebody described it on a demo evening I did the other night is watching a high definition black and white film. And I think that's because of the amount of detail that as Robin quite rightly said, the 0.9 aperture allows so much information to hit the sensor that the image is vastly improved through the millikelvin, the sub 20, and it's just the sweetest thermal that I've ever looked through.
A fox is a thermally well insulated animal, but you can see, normally on a fox,
see the fur on it, can't you?
Yeah, you can see you
all
can
the
see
hair.
Which parts of the fox are hot and stuff. It's crazy.
I think when you're looking at the sub 20 MK, so one thing that you will see a lot of that is not just the actual quarry you're looking at, it's the actual detail around it,
the background detail,
and that brings another use for these kind of scopes, because if you think about it, search and rescue, it opens it right out, because you're not just looking at one item, you're looking across an expanse, and it's that detail. Paul, there's 2 variants, is that correct? Isn't it?
There are. There's 384 sensor and the 640 sensor. So there's the 35 mil F35 and the 640, which is the FQ50. But yeah, both, again, you're not actually compromising on quality of image when you drop down to the F35, but you do get a narrower field of view, and that's the compromise a little bit with that. But other than that, the image quality is just phenomenal.
Gotcha.
I can't express how much.
Kevin Rees put a question in there. What is the kind of field of view, say, at 100 meters, 100 yards?
I think it's
that's
around
very, I suppose.
Yeah, if it's the FQ, I think it's 22 meters at 100 yards. So it's a very decent field of view.
And gotcha. In the bit. That's great. That's answered that. Fantastic. Okay. And so there's some of the questions here with Hick. We might as well hit these straight away now. Longbow 68 has said, "Are Hick going to manufacture a thermal or digital NV with an 8 times base mag like the Cineplex?" I think. Well, I'll let you answer that first of all.
I'm not aware of any plans for that at the moment, but as I've always said, with all technology, who knows what the future brings.
And without going into too much technical weeds, I would also argue that the better the sensor, the lower the base mag is generally where people go to give you, because it gives you far more detail.
Far more
so
detail.
If you're starting a base mag a higher level, it generally means that
it compromises on image quality.
Yeah,
100%.
You know, I'm not an expert. I know a bit about it, but that's still my understanding of it. If I was to look at other brands and how they that comes through.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Good. All right. So we've answered questions there. Anything else on the Falcon that you want to discuss? Everyone happy with good scope? I'm conscious we've got to push through tonight because we have got a bumper pack to get through.
It has got the Image Pro. Can I just mention the Image Pro, which enhances again? It's an algorithm, part of the algorithm. It can just enhance more detail in the background. You can have that on or off. So if you want to concentrate on the target that you're aiming or you're looking at, for example, if you're looking at a deer in the woods and you don't want too much background noise, turn it off. But if you want to have the detail, and what it does do, it gives you almost a depth of field that's never been available in thermal before. So you get a sense of distance.
I get it,
yeah. So I think when people are now looking at it and looking at the images and the quality of the image that you're getting through the sensor, it's because you are getting a depth of field. So it's never been available before in thermal because it's always been 2D. But with this, with the quality of the image, you are getting that depth perception.
The one thing I will just point out in terms of top tips for using it as well is just making sure that when you go out, because each night's different and the humidity is different, and that plays a big factor in terms of thermal image. You've now got with the later firmware update, which I believe is also available for the other spotters as well. But you've got 10 different settings for the contrast and brightness.
Contrast and brightness,
and that does make a difference on your image quality. So what if say, for example, setting 5 might work on one night. It's not to say you'll go out the next night and setting 5 will give you the same image quality. You just need to play it up or play it down a little bit and play with it just to see. So every time you go out, just fine adjustments can maximise the image quality per evening. And the 10 different settings allows a greater, because it used to be 5 on the earlier versions. But again, the kind of constant evolving software has allowed us to be able to get much better image personalisation.
So, Robin, as much as we ad-lib this is almost scripted, because when you look at the question from Matthew Gould, he mentioned actually, how do we find out about the updates? Pulsar seem to give info with every update. So when they Paul H, when they push the updates out, is there any kind of detail that's given with regards to the updates?
Yeah, with the updates, if you use the Hikmicro site app, all the information on the updates are on the app. The app is so easy to download off Apple and off Samsung. Just download the app. All the information's on there. You've also got additional features. The new app is fantastic. You've got the Academy on there, which teaches you all about the products. But if your product needs a firmware update, you've just got to click on it and you can update it over your phone. It literally takes 5 minutes. You go make it, come back. And it
can be used in sync with the actual app as well, like with the device.
You can control every device. Whether it's a £375 links or whether it's a top-end products, everything is controllable via the app. Everything
Hang on. One last question on the Falcon, please, from Alexander. The weight of the Falcon.
It is a weighty piece, I will say that, because it is made of...
yeah, you wouldn't want to drop it on your toe.
No.
Yeah, but Paul Childay wouldn't have a problem, would he?
No. Paul could lift it. But no, what I like about it, and I think what people... I think people say you can feel quality, and I think
that's most noticeable with it. Yeah, you get it in your hand, and
it feels like a quality piece. It doesn't feel like a 1980s camcorder. It feels like a rock solid. You'd have confidence.
I can't remember that far back.
Thanks, Robin. But you can. I mean, for me, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think you could confidently, if that fell off the top of the truck, I think you'd think, yeah, I don't want it to fall off the top of the truck, but I know that it's robust enough to take it. I don't suggest that anybody falls off.
I'm going to be ruthless here. Right, we've got 2 questions. Second last. Can I connect my Falcon and my Alpex to the app at the same time? Thank you, it's Stanley.
Oh, that is a great question. You can only stream one at a time.
You can only stream one at a time. Okay, hope that works. And Kevin Reed, who's on a roll, does it switch back to the last mode used when you turn it back on and off?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. Right, gentlemen. Without further ado, we're going to move on to the Cheetah, the 3-in-1 scope. And to get us warmed up, Tim from Scott Country has done a quick review of the actual equipment. It is a 3-in-1 scope. So let's have a look.
Tim from Scott Country International here. So just going to show you quickly with the Hikmicro Cheetah on how to set it up as a dedicated rifle scope with a mount and the eyepiece that comes with it. So now the unit itself, obviously that's ready for the bayonet fitting. Simply unscrew that. That comes off. Keep hold of that, don't lose that. Now inside the box, so you get your mounting holes there and your screws on the side of the mount. So that just simply clips on the bottom like that. And with the eyepiece, to dedicate it as a scope, nip that tight. Now that's the scope set up there, the Cheetah set up, ready to go on top of a rifle. Obviously still giving you your ocular adjustment there, and then with your focus ring at the front there. Now to have this as a clip-on for a rifle onto a dedicated day scope, obviously total reverse comes off there, obviously mount comes off the bottom, and with this attachment again that goes on. Now there's some lugs at the side there and a square at the top. Now in there you can see obviously the square and the two centre ones. But once you're on, tighten that all back up again, like so. And then here's one I prepared earlier with a little scope, obviously with the clip-on attachment on the front there. Now at the top there you've got two colours there, you've got lock and unlock. And with the bayonet fitting on the side there, you simply line that up and you hear it positively click. So it just slots in like that and you hear that click. And that is it. That's it set up there, ready on a normal day scope. I've got it set up yet. I'm not yet zeroed this onto my air rifle, but this will be the next part of the video that will be coming shortly.
Awesome. So awesome. So just before we go any further, so obviously Tim did that video. He's actually live. I've just got to stream him. He's actually out with it right now. Unfortunately, due to things we can and can't do, we can't show the actual use of it, etc. However, if you do go onto the YouTube and it's not a live event, you can see some of the stuff that we've done with that. So, Paul, if you want to give us some of the technical details, please, with regard to the Cheetah.
Yeah, it's basically a 3-in-1 unit. It's compact, it's robust, it's got detachable 18650 battery. You can use it as a front add-on, as Tim has said in all of his videos. It's got 2560 by 1440 ultra high definition resolution picture. It's got a 0.001 lux starlight camera, which allows so much light into it, and it's multiple use. I don't want to go into too many technical details because I don't think we've got time, but it's a really, really nice compact unit that you can use as a scope, a spotter, or alternatively as a front clip-on. There are applications where all three of those will come in useful with it. So that's basically the Cheetah. It's a really, really nice unit.
Yeah, so I think.
I forgot to mention it's got built-in laser, a built-in IR illuminator as well.
There's actually a question IR with regard to the IR. What is the wavelength of the IR on this unit?
It's an 840.
It is.
It is an 840. Yep, in that one.
Okay, we're going to swiftly move through. Hopefully, Tim can message back in. Let's see how technologically we can go with this. What is the weight, and does it have a Picatinny mount?
It comes with a rail that you attach to the bottom of the unit itself, and it's a reach back mount.
Who says rehearsals don't work, eh?
Yeah, and that comes.
That's fantastic.
And that comes with the scope, along with two batteries. Battery and charger, etc.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, for me, I just look at this before I go to ask Robin about it as well, because I know he's itching to get a play at it. you know, I look at that ability to have spotter. I know it's IR, but still a spotter. The clip on in front of a general normal scope, and then an IR scope. Yeah, really, really good. I don't think there's anything on the market that does that, is there?
Not that I'm aware to.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a
groundbreaker. It's just so simple and easy to change everything over. It's just
Robin.
It just works.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading through some of the questions there. So I'll answer. I think Matthew asked, "Is it good in low light like the Alpex?" I think they've borrowed the same sensor technology, so yes, it is very good in low light. The ability for on its own accord, because it's got an inbuilt ability to be able to switch from daylight to nighttime mode all by itself.
Yeah.
That's very handy. I've got it set up on my rifle next to me, but I know we can't show it. But it sits higher up than the Alpex, so they're two different products, and I think they serve different purposes. So, in my opinion, I think this product suits bullpup air rifle shooters. If you want something small, compact, it is quite lightweight. I don't know what the gram weightage is, but it's definitely lighter than its bigger brother. But again, in terms of a practical sense, it sits higher. So again, there are practical reasons why you might favour one over the other. One Shot Zero is stupid easy. It's probably the easiest, and I've used so many digital scopes, you know, from all the other main manufacturers, and it is by far the easiest One Shot Zero system to master. So it's easy to get to grips with. I think if you go in long range, then you are going to need an additional IR. That goes without saying. And I think I genuinely can't imagine that too many people would buy it for a spotting purpose. But you're definitely going to want to put it on kind of air rifles and stuff without IRs for close range stuff. No problem at that. And then it will also favour people, I think, who have probably an expensive deer rifle with an expensive piece of glassware on that might want to shoot the occasional fox at night time. For that, it's brilliant. You know, just to be able to pop it on the front of your scope and take it off within seconds in the field. It's going to be pretty useful for that indeed. It's not something I do. Of course, I've got a dedicated foxing rig, but yeah, I think, like I said, if you've got a dedicated deer stalking rifle with a decent, expensive piece of glassware on that you don't want to change for a dedicated thermal or night vision scope, this is definitely something you need in your cabinet.
It also has a defog mode as well.
Just a couple of questions then on there, if I could just go through as Robin pointed out. So I've got a question here from excuse pronunciation, Jenser. How much? What's the recommended distance, maximum distance for shooting with the Cheetah, Robin? So it has a claimed detection range of 400 meters. Now, I have only been out with it one evening, and it was yet again pretty crappy weather. I would say it's more likely that I would feel comfortable IDing stuff at 150 meters before I would want an additional IR to illuminate it. You know, that's my personal viewpoint on it. So it's as good as the IR is the answer to that question. Yeah, its own IR, I would suggest you wouldn't really want to push it much past 150, because if you start zooming in, you lose the ability to be able to gather light effectively. So you want an additional IR to push it past that, and then it's as good as you can shoot. It will see further than you can shoot, unless your name's Mr. Ripley. Yeah, very well. And Kevin Reed just put one in here as well. Does it adjust for parallax if you zero at 100 and then have to take a much longer range shot?
Yes, fully parallax adjustable.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. We've answered Russ Douglas's one on the Cheetah and the low light sensor. A couple other ones here then. Just while we're talking about the Cheetah, will the eyepiece and mounting plate from the Thunder fit on the Cheetah, and will the Cheetah be available without all the accessories?
I actually got sent the eyepiece that says Thunder on the box, so I'm assuming that's a yes.
Yes. Alexander, I hope that answers your question. Is it a QR rail from Frederick?
It's not a QR rail, but it depends how quickly you can undo 2 screws.
Very good.
It is literally. I mean, if you took those up, yeah, it's it just fits on. So
yeah, it does not take long to put it on at all.
No, it's a quality rail that it comes with.
Gotcha. One that's been up here for most of the night, actually, from Jammy Jim, was going to buy the Alpax today, but have just seen the video of the Cheetah with the LRF. Please help me decide. My head's battered. Jim. Anyone?
Well, I would say it depends on what he wants to shoot with it.
Wants to shoot, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so Jim,
if you want long range stuff and you want to put something in your cabinet, because I've got a 7-gun cabinet, but I find I can probably put 4 things in it really, because everything's bigger than than standard shotguns and stuff. So I think it depends on what you want to shoot. If you want to go range and stuff, then the Alpex is the kiddie. This has a unique proposition where it's compact, it's short, it has its own IR. So in that sense, without additional kit, it favours the shorter distance shooters, rats, rabbits, that sort of thing.
And I also guess with the Alpex, though, with a larger aperture as well, it's for a dedicated rifle, it's pretty much untouchable if you're talking about that.
Whilst they share some of the same technology, I personally think they're slightly different purposes.
I agree.
In life.
So, Jammy Jim, please, if you've got any kind of specific needs, please fire it back in the comments. A couple more on the Cheetah before we move on. We've got estimated European price on the Cheetah Black Friday offer. I don't really talk about emoticons, but a wink. Paul, what is the actual starting price? Do we have a
I
price
don't
on
have
that?
a specific price at the moment.
In fact, has it hit the shops yet? I don't think it has yet, has it?
I don't think it has, mate.
No.
Remember,
people, a lot of these scopes are literally hot off the shelves. That's why not all of us have had hands on, etc. So please bear with us. From Oliver Petrie, Cheetah 25 or 50 megahertz. So he's seen 2 different pieces of information.
25 megahertz. 25
megahertz. Fantastic. Believe that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to move on, push on now, because I'm conscious of the time. And actually, something I'm really looking forward to seeing and talking about. So next is the new Raptor, and to get us warmed up for that, let's see Stu from Elite Optical.
I'm Stuart from Elite Optical, and today we're taking a look at the groundbreaking Raptor thermal and optical binoculars from Hikmicro. The Raptor chassis is roughly equivalent in size to a conventional pair of binoculars. On top we've got a series of buttons that fall easily to hand. On front we've got an array of lenses, including your conventional thermal channel and also an optical channel that's capable of delivering a full colour day image and a nighttime image. We've also got a laser rangefinder, and on the back we've got your 2 eyepieces and the focus. Coming back to the front, let's take a detailed look at what each of these lenses is doing. The main lens on the front belongs to the thermal camera. The Raptor is available with either a 384 pixel sensor, which delivers a 5.7 times magnification, or you can order it with the 640 Pro sensor, and that gives you 3.4 times magnification. The lens system is f/0.9, and that's a measure of how much signal is able to travel through the lens and reach the sensor. Both of those are industry leading, and what that means is you get the ultimate in detailing your thermal image and performance in harsh conditions. Moving across, on this side we've got an HD camera that's capable of delivering a full colour day image and a crisp black and white image that's powered by the inbuilt IR illuminator, which is located over on this side. The advantage of having both a thermal and an optical camera built into this system means that you can quickly switch from detecting in thermal to then identifying using the full colour day image. The Raptor also has image stabilisation built in, so if you're using these at high magnification, you're able to remove a lot of the handshake and still get a very clear image. The final lens on the front belongs to the 1000 meter laser rangefinder. That allows you to quickly and accurately assess the distance to your target. It can also use the inbuilt compass and GPS readings to determine the GPS location of your target. On the side of the Raptor, you'll find the battery compartment. It's actually a chassis which contains 3 18650 batteries. This gives you an overall runtime of 8 hours. The Raptor is supplied with 2 sets, so 6 batteries in total, and an external charger. Moving to the back, you've got the 2 eyepieces, which are really easy to adjust and make them comfortably fit your eyes. You've probably noticed I wear glasses. I always struggle to use binoculars, but these are really comfortable even for me to use. You can quickly adjust to make them comfortable and get a great view of the OLED screen that's inside. Each eyepiece has its own individual diopter adjustment, so it's easy to get those set perfectly as well. The main knob in the centre here adjusts the focus for the thermal camera. So when you're holding it in both hands, that falls very easily and comfortably for fine adjustments over distance. The final feature that you find on the back of the Raptor is the proximity sensor. This measures when you've got the binoculars to your face, it enables the screen, and as soon as you remove them, it puts the binoculars into standby. That stops the screen from illuminating your face in the dark and potentially giving away your location. Before we take a look at the buttons, I just want to quickly introduce some new features that have been built into the Raptor. You get all of the same 4 colour palettes that you'd normally find in any Hike product: white hot, black hot, red hot and fusion. There's also a fusion image mode which uses the thermal and the optical camera together, and there's the pure optical camera. As with all Hikmicro products, you can record images and video directly onto the unit, or you can stream using the Hikmicro site app, which connects using the inbuilt Wi-Fi. So let's take a look at the buttons. On the front here we've got the power. Coming back, the camera button, a short press will record an image, a press and hold to record a video. The laser rangefinding button, there's a couple of different modes, so you can either have a single reading or it will continuously read over a set period of time. On the front here we've got the mode for the optical camera, so there's a couple of different options there. You've either got the day mode, night mode, or a defog mode, which is designed to cut through the worst weather. Coming back again, the menu button, a short press of this cycles through the different colour palettes. You can also disable any of those palettes you don't want to use. So I've got mine set in white hot and optical, and I can quickly, with the press of that button, shift from thermal, use them in optical mode like a pair of binoculars, and then quickly jump back to thermal to carry on scanning. Coming back again, we've got the magnification button. A short press will jump up through the magnification ranges. A long press activates the picture-in-picture at the top of the screen. That was our quick overview of the Raptor thermal and optical binocular from Hikmicro. These are available to order now with your local dealer. Please visit our website eliteoptical.co.uk to find your closest one. Thanks very much for watching.
So before I go into the detail and pull Paul in, I need to announce the winner of the first goodie bag. I have Kevin Reed. Numerous questions, really engaging, really good. So keep it going, please. Please DM the site, the Night Vision Show, and with your name and address, and we'll get the bag out to you. Okay.
Congratulations.
So yeah, congratulations. Now, Paul. Over to you, please. We'll start the conversation with regards to Raptor, please.
The Raptors, as you can see, my models are really quite light. Oh, I haven't got any yet. They're that new on the market. I haven't got my demo pair yet. I'm led to believe they will be in my hands on Monday, so I'm really looking
Checks in the post.
The checks in the post. I think pretty much Stuart's put me out of a job because he covered everything in there with regards to the technical spec.
I can't believe that Git got on before me.
Sorry, Robin. Yeah, mate. I've been showing these to people already in retailers, but I haven't had a pair, so they've had to use their imagination. But again, this is the groundbreaking sub 20 millikelvin sensor that is in the Raptors is the same that's in the Falcon. So you're going to get that ultra clear, high definition thermal image in a binocular form, with the added benefits of obviously having the digital day and also with a built-in IR, the night scope on the digital side of things. The 1,000 meter laser rangefinder that is incredibly accurate to plus and minus 1 meter. It's just, they are a phenomenal bit of kit.
Is there anything I want to know? Is there anything that any ideas anyone's got of stuff that it it should have that it doesn't, because it just seems to have everything on it. Doesn't it? Everything you could want, it's got. It's quite a small one for me, but you know, like what they said, when you put them down and they automatically turn off.
They automatically switch off.
As someone who's all about being stealthy and you know, getting an apex predator,
you get no glow at all.
Range, you've got no glare up from your spotter if you forget to put it on standby in a rush or whatever. I mean, that's just something quite small, but can make a big difference.
You
know,
again, with going back to the detail and saying with Robin, with what you're saying is a benefit to you as a shooter, and for me as who goes out shooting, as you know, quite a lot. It's that stealthiness. It's the attention to detail that will switch it off, but that will bring it straight back on because you need it straight away. Again, it's got the 0.9f lens, which allows so much information to be gathered onto that sensor to give you the clarity of image as well. And as I said with the Falcon, it gives you that depth of field, which I think thermal has been missing. So for me, I think you can judge distance slightly better with the Falcon and with the Raptors than you can with many of the other thermals out there.
Yeah, I think for me, I haven't seen it yet. I've got my hands on it properly. But what I'm really looking forward to seeing is the potential for multiplane function. So thermal with digital optics. So I know they do it with the Griffin with slightly over, but that kind of quality of this thing. So, you know, for myself, finding a sexing deer, you know, 100%. I know it's not everyone's choice, but especially roe in, you know, December time, they've dropped their antler, and you just, you know, you're looking for certain detail. That to me is worth every penny. And
if you need to, Danny, you can spot them up to 2,600 meters away. You know.
I'll leave that to Rips. But no, that ability.
Someone did ask what. Someone, sorry to interrupt, but someone did ask what the identification, realistic identification range is. All I can tell you from that, having got the same sensor, I've definitely ID'd a fox at over 600 meters with that. Because again, the fields around here are massive, and I saw a fox come out of the, you know, I was confident it was a fox because of the way it was walking. So it was from the shape and size and the way it moved at a very long way away. I was able to ID it as a fox coming in, and I called it all the way in. Again, it will be in the next video, the next foxing video I've got. But it came from a long, long way back, and you'll see just how far back. You know, you can ID stuff with this.
And with the daytime variant of this as well, you know, it's got 91 times magnification, which is mind-blowing. Yeah.
Is it image stabilization? Is that a first as well?
Image stabilization. No, image stabilization
that's a big thing. Traveling along in the car, and you know,
you don't get the motion sickness. That's motion sickness. But it prevents motion sickness. On high magnification, when you're spotting, and I'm sure Paul, when you've used binoculars, when you're spotting, when you've used optics, if you're on high magnification, you do get that queasiness when you're spotting for a long time. So I think this eliminates it. So hopefully you won't get the queasiness.
Oh, I've got a couple of questions. Like that leads nice segue into Chris Jensen has said, what's the max magnification? I guess there's going to be several different types of magnification. There's, as you said, they're 90 for the digital. Is it 90 you say?
91.
91.
I'm not being picky, but 90. Yeah, 91.
And then the thermal?
I think it's 8 times magnification. Yep, 8 times magnification.
What is the charge time for a set of Raptor batteries? 3 at a time, or is it charged singly?
They're just 18650s.
Just 18650. Literally on a 4. Generally, you get them 4 banks, don't you?
Yeah,
that's generally
like 2 sets, and you get the charger with them as well.
Don't they?
Yeah,
got you. Startup time, anyone?
Well, I've timed it. Realistically, it is 9 seconds from a cold to being ready to go. Because when they turn on, they do a quick calibration as well. So that is.
And then you have the stops. Yeah, and it's instantaneous, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's going into standby. So it's less than a second.
That's what I'm going to say. I mean, I wanted to interject there. Thanks, Robin, for bringing that up. And a lot of people say, "Oh, the startup time's 9 seconds. That's a long time." But to be honest, I put my thermal on or my thermal binoculars on at the start of the evening.
Yeah, you don't turn them off.
And I don't turn them off. So I put it on standby, and then it's instant. So I don't see if that's really...
I'm the same with this. I go foxing with it all night. I mean, it says it'll do 5 hours on a battery, but you know, you can go out for a 6 or 7 hour foxing session.
Yeah,
if you're putting it in standby, it's not going to run it down, so you're
100%.
fine. And it is less than a second. Flick the button,
It
and
is
it's on.
literally.
Yeah.
Matt Gould has obviously mentioned, I think this is obviously your supplier. Could it be delivered in a shoebox? Yeah, it marked like 50 quid, I'm sure, as well, with a receipt. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not for us to look at. And we've identified the fox with a raptor. Yeah, as you said, how far do you reckon you say?
I'm going to say, and I've had a couple of people with me at the time, and we saw it come from, the laser rangefinder we had at the time, I think only does 500 meters, and that was maxed out, so it was further than that. So, you know, I'm going to guesstimate somewhere in the region of 600 meters that we saw the fox come into the field, and we just tracked it all the way in, and it just got clearer and clearer and clearer. It was evident that it was a fox, you know, from way past that halfway distance, way past. You know, like I said, I could tell if you use thermal enough, you get used to how animals move at very long distances, so you can tell what they are. But IDing and stuff, you know, for a novice, I would say you're well into several hundred meters.
Yeah, well beyond where you're going to be shooting.
Way beyond shooting range. Yeah, way beyond.
Brilliant. Before we go any further, Paul Childerley, Casper has asked, how was Mozambique?
Yeah, it was good, thank you. Nice to be back in the country. Actually, I've had a nice tip of trips of probably Mozambique, Finland twice. Meant to be going to Germany in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it's been quite an eventful time actually.
Judith Chalmers, eat your heart out. For all those who remember her.
Now you are showing your age.
Just a quick couple questions then. So from Isaac 56k. So what can you use to clean the lens on a Raptor? I'm guessing it'll come with cleaning materials.
Comes with a lens cleaner. Yeah, it comes with a lens cloth. But yeah, just a lens cleaner.
Mike 1960, can the view be watched on a mobile live? I think that they're referring to the app, I'm guessing.
Yeah, everything's live streamable.
Yeah.
And Ryan Lewis, who I think might be from Yorkshire up north, only saying because he's saying, hey up lads, he's after his first home scope. Ryan, can I just ask if you can just qualify, is it a spotting scope you're after? Is it a rifle scope that you're after? Come back onto there and then we'll engage with you on that. And just while we're on that, Wiggly 2000 has asked, when is the Alpex LRF coming out? Paul?
We haven't got any plans yet.
That might be something at Christmas. I think Jules on the call, but we never know. Who knows? That's
beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
Slight disturbing question here from Andy. He wants to know if he can trade in his firstborn for a Raptor.
So
that's strictly legal, I don't know.
Without wanting to get us cold. Okay. All right. So conscious of the time, but last but not least, we have the Heimdal. Excuse pronunciation. This is my second language. Just a quick clip intro before Paul gives us a rundown. Okay, so Paul, over to you.
Welcome to the Heimdal.
Yeah,
the Heimdal is actually named after a Norse god. So that's where we get the name from. It's the Norse god of eternal darkness or something along those lines. This is a product that is generally aimed at probably the nature guys, bird spotters, etc. People who want to look at hedgehogs in the garden, look at wildlife at night. It's a really nice little compact unit, very similar in design to the Griffin. It's night vision. It's got front parallax on. This is the online version, and I don't know if you can see that. It's got a watch screen. So for hunters, it's not going to be great because you could probably see in my glasses, you get quite a lot of glow back in your face. But for people who are watching wildlife in their back garden or out while they're camping or out on holiday and want to see a little bit of nocturnal life, that is perfect. It's the 18650 quick release system, the same as the Falcon, etc. So it's really nice compact unit. 2 versions. This is the white version. This is going to be the online version. We've got a black version coming out, which has got an eyepiece on, so it's got an eye cup. It's 1.39 OLED display, so very high quality, built-in IR. It's just a perfect companion for guys who want to look at wildlife in the garden and share. It's all streamable via the app, as all our products are. So you get clear viewing. It's got a smart LED built-in function, infrared function, so that turns on automatically. It's got 32 gigabyte built-in memory. That's about everything I think I've covered, to be honest with you.
So, Paul, Robin, any thoughts?
I think it's great. We've gone from the hunting industry to basically the recreational person using it for spotting the back garden. This is quite interesting because obviously I dealt with Zeiss for a long time, and a big thing is their birding market. So it's the thermal night vision side of the birding market going out to that. So yeah, it's fantastic, and it's probably a big thing for a lot of people that actually like to feed the bird, but also feed the foxes. A bit different for me and Robin. We feed them with different type of food.
Exactly.
But yeah, fantastic.
It's very
Maybe
nice.
we can invite Chris Packham on next time. He can give us his thoughts.
I don't think we can edit that out, can we? No. Okay, moving on.
Maybe
if you are, Chris, if you're watching, please
come on board.
We'll sort you out. Maybe get you a trial.
Lovely. It's lightweight, compact as well. So one thing I will say,
it's interesting that people that that normally take a compact pair of binoculars out for a walk or for a holiday, it's gone to the next level up now that you're actually taking a thermal on holiday, because once you lose the light, you can't see. If you're in France, you can't see those wild boar coming into the garden. So again, it's a great sort of like niche in the market. So yeah, great.
It's very
iPhone
in design
as well, because it's not black, is it? So you'd find it if it fell on the floor.
We're going to do it in rose gold, especially for you, Robin. How's that?
Yes.
Yes. Really nice little product.
And so, where do you see?
Can I just add, Danny, as well? Sorry, mate. Just a quick overview of every product that we've had on tonight. Obviously, they're all covered by our 3-year manufacturer's warranty, 10 years on the sensors. Any issues, any problems, it's all repaired in the United Kingdom, and we guarantee that it's back in the user's hands within 14 days. That is a standard. That's the advantage of Hikmicro, having the centre in Doncaster where all our repairs go to. Yeah,
fantastic. So I'm just conscious of time, and I want to just, before we get to the end, I just want to do some last bits of admin. So the last goodie bag, literally, Ross Douglas has obviously commented, about goodie bags, but actually, if you look at the comments throughout the script, the stuff he's been putting in there has been fantastic, very positive, but actually giving some more detail. So Ross Douglas, come on down. Please DM us, and we'll get a goodie bag out to you. And I'm sure you'll be sending this stuff back to Hikmicro yourself. So well done, congratulations. Okay, so that's all 4 scopes introduced. Please keep watching the Night Vision show for more feature-length clips reviewing these fantastic cutting-edge scopes. These scopes are clearly available, at Scott Country International Optics Warehouse and other leading outlets. So please have a look, get them there. Obviously, Hikmicro got the website. Sorry, not the website. Sorry. You've got the form, the Night Vision show, so you can see the goods and you can see what it is. And obviously, you've got people like Robin and Paul who are using it daily. Okay. So I mentioned the product giveaway. I'll wash up afterwards, but I want to make sure I get this in before the hour's out. So when we talk about the product giveaway, I mentioned the £2,500 gift. So there's 2 products being given away. The first one is a Falcon, and the second one is a Cheetah. So the first prize is a Falcon, and the second prize is a Cheetah. So the Falcon, as Robin showed there, and the Cheetah, as Paul's got in his right hand, as we said, is the 3-in-1 night vision scope. To win this, how to enter, sorry, the first thing is you need to follow the Hikmicro Facebook official account, which is Hikmicro Outdoor. And we'll put this in the script. Sorry, I'm just going to confirm we can put this in the text. So you need to follow the Hikmicro Outdoor Facebook account. And the second is to leave a comment about which product or products features interest you the most from the live recording show today. Only comments before the 28th, so up until midnight of the 27th. Sorry, midnight of the 28th, so 23:59 on the 27th of November are valid. The winners will be announced at 1200 hours on Greenwich Mean Time on the 20th of November. And the winners will be, as I said to you, first prize being the Falcon and second prize being the Cheetah. Two amazing gifts there. Prizes, not gifts, because you've got to do something for it. And I think everyone will agree there's some money's worth there. And I'm sitting here thinking, rules of impartiality. So there's the rules. That's what you got to do. Please get on to that. Just before we do go, Ryan Lewis, he's come back to us. He's after a thermal scope, so I'm going to put that to Robin and Paul Childerley. Best thermal scope. And I think if we talk about budget-wise, he hasn't given us a budget, but I think, you know, if you're talking scopes, thermal, Hikmicro,
no
Robin.
Question. SQ50 without shadow of a doubt. Stellar SQ50. Yeah, I do not want to take that off my Foxing rifle.
No,
That's
it's awesome.
Amazing.
And also, it's had a price drop as well, so it's down below £3,000.
And is that Black Friday deal as well happening?
The trouble is, once you've gone Stellar, it's very difficult to go to another model or anything else, and you have to review the next model, and you think, well, I don't really want to take off the rifle, so you put it on. So 100% Stellar.
Yeah. SQ50.
We all know the Alpex is an amazing scope, but I could not bring myself to take the Stellar off the Foxing rifle and put it on there because it's just so much better than anything else I've used.
So Ryan Lewis, I'm just going to throw my 2 pence in here. If you're going to buy a thermal, don't be tight. I know you're from up north. Get it out, get paying, pay up front, and take the paying once. Because what will happen is you go half cocked, you're going to then go, I wish I'd done this. All right,
go twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't pay twice. Take the paying once. But I will give you a warning, as all the lads have said. Once you go thermal, you'll never go back. You'll never want to shoot IR again unless you're shooting rats. Because it's a different game. Okay,
and don't forget the price drop.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to thank everyone.
$2,999.
What's that?
The Stellar SQ50 has been reduced to $2,999 at all retailers.
Oh, fantastic! Well, he's just bought that. Hope he's kept his receipt because you might be banging that in. If not, brilliant, gentlemen. I'd just like to thank you all for tonight. I know you've got busy schedules, and it's been a great night. Everyone else, Simon Bronstead said, Robin, you're going to get your 100 foxes this year.
Yeah, we're actually already past it, so I'll update everybody in the next video. But yeah, we've already passed the magic 100 marker. Fantastic,
good skills, gentlemen. Thank you much for a great night tonight. More importantly, thanks to everyone watching. It's been great, and those on YouTube afterwards. Thanks. Keep liking and stand by for the next night vision show. That's it from me. Unless anyone else, gentlemen.
No, just thank you to everybody who's taken part tonight. Much appreciated from Hikmicro.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your participation.
And thank you guys as well. And well done, Danny. Great job.
Thank you. This is Danny from Night Vision Show. Out.